fun venue here, too, for college basketball. And SMU basically a game away from potentially being in the NCAA tournament. The #1 overall seed here in the NIT. Right off the bat, it's Matt Cross working his way in. He stepped out of bounds on the baseline.
Well, he worked that dribble hard, gave the ball a headache a little bit early, but Oklahoma State has played well lately, as I mentioned, Mike.
Yes, they have. Here's your starting five for them today. Talked about Thompson. They have 5 players that scored in double figures in that last game in the win for them over Wichita State, 89-79. Their second NIT in the last 3 seasons, and the hook from Abu Usman gets the scoring started. Here's your starting 5 for SMU. No Boopy Miller in this game here today. That's the big story, the injury to him. B.J. Edwards has been phenomenal. He's got the single-season steals record and coming off a double-double in the last game for the Mustangs. Block inside by Usman.
Key for Usman, Mike, is stay out of foul trouble.
Robert Jennings. Shut off by Cross. Here's a 3 at the top, and it's good for Jamiron Keller, and it's 5-0 Oklahoma State.
That's his 5th straight. I-35 past Waco, down there by Fort Hood, so he's semi back home, I guess you could say.
So here's Edwards for SMU up top for Cross. Good reversal to the corner, and it's Oquendo who knocks down the 3. Cario Oquendo. And SMU is on the board.
Don't want to leave him open. He's an excellent shooter.
14th appearance in the NIT in the history for Oklahoma State. Their best finish was 3rd. You see, all the way back in 1938, 1940. They finished 4th in 1944. And we said their 2nd time in the last 3 years here in this tournament for first-year head coach Steve Lutz.
Yes, and most people who follow basketball know that at one time the NIT was the equal of the NCAA tournament. And winning an NIT title back in the 40s, 50s, 60s, a very, very big deal.
Jumper good by Thompson.
Yeah, he's had a really, really good season. Probably the most consistent year he's had in a Cowboy uniform. Of course, his year last year was shortened with a serious shoulder injury. Good to see Bryce back.
23 points in that last game of the win over Wichita State. And Coach Lutz, who had just the 1 year at Western Kentucky, right? Last year, 2 years at A&M Corpus Christi, and now on his 3rd team here in the last 4 years.
He got in the transfer portal twice.
Yeah.
Can't blame him. He's worked his way up the ladder. He's a longtime assistant to some tremendous head coaches, and he's I believe he's going to build a very good program at Oklahoma State.
And certainly done a great job in the postseason all those 4 years. Here is Thompson on the steal. Look out.
It's the kind of start Steve Lutz wanted.
Alley-oop the other way. It's Harris, and he gets it up to Oquendo. Wow. Back-to-back slams. Oquendo's got all of SMU's points here. Back to Thompson. Knocked out of his hands, stolen away that time by Harris.
He can shoot this.
He does.
Yep, not that time. Chucky Harris, who transferred here from Butler. But let's watch Bryce Thompson now getting involved early on the defensive end. Former McDonald's All-American. Started his career at Kansas with Bill Self. And last 4 years, he's been a mainstay in Stillwater. Young man from Tulsa, about 60 miles east of Oklahoma State.
How about what you've seen over the years calling these games, Fran, about when it makes sense and has worked out for transfers? I know there's a lot of stories, but like when you really do have a better opportunity.
It's a whole new world out there, Mike. I mean, even transfer. It's a new normal in college basketball. In the old days, you sat out. Obviously, now think about if the NBA had constant every single year free agency. How insane that would be. Well, this is insane too right now until we get our arms around this. But the fact that a young man like Bryce could come home to Oklahoma State, where he wasn't playing as much as a Kansas freshman, it's been worked out great for him.
Yes, it has. Up the court, and Oquendo got it knocked out of his hands, and it's recovered by SMU. And a blocking foul is going to be called here on Arturo Dean for his first. The intensity is there early on in this matchup.
No question. Yeah, no doubt. 2 good practices yesterday. As we mentioned, by the way, SMU is on spring break. It's always all about who wants to keep their season going. NIT finals will be at Hinkle Coliseum in a couple weeks. We'll be there. And do you want to add to the win total? Watch the lob here.
There it is. Another one. It's Thompson that time on the feed from Keller.
Nicely done by Jamyron Keller.
Already some high flying going on here, and that's the second dunk for Thompson.
Yeah, you knew this was coming. It's a 2-on-1. In the old days, we threw the bounce pass, Mike. But that's out the window because these guys can get up over the rim. And great find by Jamyron Keller. Second year, he had a good freshman year. A little inconsistent this season with his shooting. But give him credit for sticking around with the new coach, and he's now a 2-year starter, essentially.
Thompson has the last 6 points for Oklahoma State here, and now a three-pointer goes up in the corner, and that one's good by Oquendo as he drains it for the Mustangs.
Lucario can really shoot it. He's a double transfer from Oregon and Georgia.
Five for 5 shooting right now in this first half to start here for Oklahoma State. SMU is 3 for 6. Newman on the crossover. Keller again, and that's a lot of white jerseys there. You got triple team. Cross takes it away.
I thought Brandon Newman could have gone to the basket. I was here with the great John Saunders. People were crying because SMU had so little basketball success in recent years. So this can be a really good pick-me-up, if you will,
right,
for a team. Now, here's SMU. They do this a lot. They play 1-3 zone, and they change up their defenses. Let's see how the Cowboys react.
Here's Newman. Oklahoma State for Thompson. Shot clock. 3. Newman has to put it up. It's a 3-ball, and it's good.
That guy has familiarity with Steve Lutz because Coach Lutz coached him at Purdue. And then when Steve Lutz got the job at Western Kentucky last year, Brandon followed him and now off to Stillwater.
Well, and Newman is well-traveled, too, with his schools, as you said, Western Kentucky and Purdue, and now here at Oklahoma State. He has 105 career victories. So when you get a player that comes in and knows how to win.
Well, he knows how to win. He also knows the coach.
Yeah.
Because Steve was an assistant coach, as we mentioned earlier, Mike, under Matt Painter at Purdue, Greg McDermott at Creighton. He coached here with Matt Doherty. So there is a sense of familiarity between Newman and his head coach.
Brantley was called for the foul for Oklahoma State. 14 foul in the first half. Here's Cross, and the hook is no good. Rebound pulled in by Usman.
And we mentioned Newman coming off a double-double the other night.
Usman working inside. Runner doesn't go. Rebound picked up by Yigitolu.
Big youngster from Turkey, his freshman year. Oh, nice pass.
Corner for 3, not there. Rebounded by Brantley. Brantley goes baseline. Good reversal here. Everyone's touched it for the Cowboys. Connor Dow is in now, 13. Brantley fakes the pass and then gets rejected inside. You know, when Coach Andy Enfield earlier today, and I like the way he said this, Fran. He said he wasn't like we should have been in the NCAA tournament, but he said that this team is able to compete and play if they had gotten in there, right?
Yeah.
And that Clemson loss in the ACC tournament is probably the one that just kept them out.
Well, that kept them out, and they suffered, the injury to Boopy Miller. Later on in the season, they were 2-3 without him. He had basically an all ACC season, and definitely good enough had they gotten a chance. But,
right.
They were right on the cut line and did not make it.
Brantley on the miss, cross the other way for the Mustangs. Now Harris. Shot clock's at 10. 7 minutes gone by first half. Cross bounces it inside. Traore lost the handle, taken away. Here come the Cowboys. Keller again. A good recovery by SMU defensively. Back to Keller, though. Got free for three, and he hits it.
He's feeling it. That momentum from that game at home against Wichita State carrying over for the sophomore guard.
He's got 6 points, both on three-pointers. It's 17-10. Cross, no. Rebound by Dow. Good early start here for the Cowboys on the road. Inside here for Usman. Powers his way inside. He gets the bucket and a foul.
He's a handful. He is really a handful. Young man from Brooklyn, New York. And when he stays out of foul trouble, he is really tough to deal with on the other end of the court. Watch him spin off Traore, and then good agility right there. He lost his balance, but good touch. Started his career at North Texas. Last year with Sean Miller at Xavier. And he told us yesterday when we talked to him that he was familiar with Coach Lutz because Steve Lutz had recruited him at Purdue. They didn't offer him. But on that final bounce back decision he had to make for his 5th year, he chose to come to Oklahoma State. That's a violation, and it won't matter.
Relationships are always important, no matter what. But, I mean, even more so now in terms of staying in touch with these players because you never know what can happen.
Well, everything is transactional now with the portal, so when you can combine a relationship, with the transaction, so to speak, it's important.
Sure. Another block inside by Usman, who's really off to a fast start here for Oklahoma State. And they are together as a team. They lead by 10.
Well, the key, as I mentioned, for Usman is he's already got 1 foul. He tends to get in foul trouble. Right there he gets all ball, but he'll tend to be over-aggressive. He's just got to keep that energy under control because he's got to be out there.
That's a good point. He has fouled out of 5 games this season and spinning his way inside that time. Yigatolu, but it doesn't go. A little bit off balance.
New rosters together.
Right.
Very few returnees. It's the new world order we live in.
And a lot happening for both as this jumper goes up and in for Bryce Thompson, who's off to the hot start. He's 4 for 4 with 8 points.
He's very, very good in that mid-range, and he showed you right there.
I mean, really credit to both coaches. Lutz with his 3rd school in 4 years because of his success, but then having to navigate, like you said, with this roster in this very tough conference that you do all the time, Fran.
Yeah.
And the same thing with SMU. With Coach Enfield going from, West Coast here, and they just jump up to the ACC. And
the new world order. Every coach in America is going to be in the portal starting tomorrow. By the way, they've been in the portal since November 5th, okay? So let's make that clear. The portal opened November 5th, which coincidentally was the first game of the season. Because when you play 10 minutes a game, in your first game, you're calling home, and you're calling your AAU guy, your agent, and saying, get me out of here. So we'll have mayhem the next few weeks, and until we figure everything out. And by the way, we have people that say coaches can leave. Sean Miller's going to Texas. But West Virginia just got $6 million buyout for Darian DeVries to go to, Indiana. So it's a little bit different.
No doubt about it. Here's a jumper on the way, and it's good for Chuck Harris. And finally, someone other than Cario Oquendo to score for SMU.
Chucky's got a good distinction. Nice look inside. Chucky has averaged double figures in the Big East at Butler, and now this year in the ACC. Young man out of Gonzaga Prep High School in D.C., a powerhouse in the D.C. area. Another great team this year.
Usman with the basket, and now it's 24-12. SMU had went almost 5 minutes without a field goal to the last bucket there by Harris. Now they try to go up top here, and inside, no good. Yigatolu, and here come the Cowboys again. Jennings.
Yeah, he struggled lately. Nice pass.
What a feed from Brantley to
the retiring Hall of Fame coach. Solid role player this year in the Big 12.
Zach Fran's final game in Philadelphia when they beat St. Joe's earlier this year. One of the best all time in 33 years. Here's a three-pointer that goes up and in by Oquendo, who's the one doing all the damage so far today for SMU. He's got 13.
Nowhere to go. Get off the ball. That's it. Get it going side to side a little bit.
10 to shoot here for Brantley. Thompson. Tough fadeaway, and he hits it again. Wow, look at Bryce Thompson today.
I've seen that for 4 years. He's great there. Watch Quendo again. All right. Somebody's got to find out where he is if you're wearing a black and orange jersey, because right now he's the only guy torching SMU.
The only guy. 15 of 17 points belongs to number 8 for SMU in white. And a steal. Here's Edwards. 1-on-2. Dumps it for a Quendo. He's going to have 50 today, Frank.
He's looking like the microwave Vinnie Johnson.
I mean, he's got 17 points here in the first 11 minutes of the game, and he scored the last 7. The only other bucket was scored by Harris. Brown trying to get into it. Thompson. And a foul on the rebound.
Mario Quendo has been on fire. Take a look. Here's the first one. That's a drink of water for him from deep, 41%. Watch Edwards avoid the charge, hangs in the air, and he waits for Oquendo to fill that lane, and nicely done. Young man from Titusville, Florida, has bounced around. We mentioned JUCO first in Florida, and then off to places like Athens, Georgia, and Eugene, Oregon.
Hasn't missed today, 6 for 6 from the field. It's a 9-point lead here for Oklahoma State. Second foul on Keon Ambrose Hilton for SMU. Back to Thompson. Thompson has been special, 5 of 6 in the field with 10 points. Up and under, no. Cross and hand on it. Thompson took it away. Dean, does he get it off? Yes, but no good. Rebound Culver.
Here come the ponies.
Harris tried to go inside the culvert, and he was held and fouled by Arturo Dean. And that's going to be the second foul on Dean for the Cowboys.
Dean is their defensive catalyst, so he's going to sit with the 2. Brantley will be back in, who's been a good spark today. And Brandon Newman also back for Steve Lutz.
This Oklahoma State team were in the NIT quarterfinals in 2023. They lost that matchup. That was the first time they ever won a road game in the NIT. It was back in 2023 at Youngstown State. They're 1-6 all time in this tournament on the road.
Yep. Well, they're used to being in the NCAA tournament for many years.
Right. Runner doesn't go for Edwards, got partially blocked. Here come the Cowboys again. Brantley. Newman.
You got to shoot that. Can't pass up that open shot if you're Brandon Newman.
Crowd thought he left the floor.
I don't think he did.
Here's a 3 from Newman, and he scores it again. And they have been outstanding today. 4 of 5 from three-point range, 13 of 19, 68% for the game.
Well, keep in mind, they only had 8 seconds on the shot clock, so great job by Steve Lutz of designing that for Newman out of the timeout.
And he's a perfect 2 for 2 from three-point range, along with his teammate Keller. There's Harris, swings it, cross, it's a 3, it's in and out. Tapped out of bounds off of SMU.
Take a look now. You got to go quick here on an inbound play. They set it up. That's what we call the elevator screen. See that? The doors open, then they close. The 2 big guys set the screen, and right there, Newman uses the elevator to get the 3 points.
That was an excellent seal-off right there.
It's good execution. Yep. No moving screens. Good job.
Oklahoma State has been very efficient, and they turn it over here. And here is Edwards on the take, and rejected by Newman, coming back on deep. Cross has it, lost the handle as he goes to the deck.
Numbers, let's see if they push.
Thompson to the corner, Brantley for 3, no. And there was a foul on the rebound. And it's going to be on Oklahoma State on Brantley. It'll be a second. 17 foul, though, so we go to the 1-on-1 here.
That was a 3-on-1, where in the old days, you try to get the layup here, but wide open 3 by Brantley, couldn't knock it down.
I mean, Brantley's 0 for 3 from the field, but his 6 assists have led to 13 points already for this Oklahoma State team. But he does pick up his second personal foul.
That's now both point guards with 2 fouls each. And at the moment, Brantley is going to stay in there as Dean sits.
Gorner, and he connects.
I'm going to give you a little interesting nugget. In terms of coaches who play players in the first half with 2 fouls,
yep,
Steve Lutz is 363, which means he almost never will play a player with 2 fouls.
Wow.
Right now he's got to because Brantley's the guard that's in there while Dean sits. Very interesting.
That's a great stat, Fran. He stays in, puts up a fadeaway, doesn't go, across the rebound. Oquendo. Cross to the corner. Gorner for 3. It's good. SMU needed that. They're within 7 here. Have been trailing by as many as 14. Thompson's pass intercepted. Harris the other way. Oquendo can't be stopped this afternoon.
Hero Dean is going to return to the game with his 2 fouls. And I think it's because Steve Lutz has got to try to stop the bleeding.
Right. SMU started 3 of 12 from the field. They are 6 of 10 since. And this 7-0 run has happened in under a minute. Under 6 minutes to go in the first half. Usman. He's in some trouble. Swarby defense and now swinging the elbow.
No. See, this is what's going to happen. This should be his 3rd, correct? If it's a technical or it's his 2nd. Dead ball contact technical.
Yes, that's exactly what they call it. So
okay.
Dead ball contact technical.
I just think that's just not. I don't. You know me when it comes to officiating.
Yep.
I vehemently disagree with that call.
All right, so Usman, because it was after the play, it's why it's a dead ball contact technical and not a flagrant one, just for purposes there.
Terminology, yeah.
Exactly.
Ball's live, flagrant one, ball's dead, dead ball contact.
Yeah, and it's 2 shots to the point of interruption, so basically it was SMU.
That's a game changer. Usman's going to have to sit the rest of the half. And by rule, the officials probably made the right call on the dead ball contact technical, but that should have been avoided 3 different times.
Here's Cross for 3, and it's good. So that is a huge sequence that just happened right there.
Now
this is a 5-point deficit. Now we're tied.
That call was a game changer. And SMU has taken advantage of it. Good for them. Because SMU has been the better team the last 5 minutes.
Here's Thompson. Pulls up and hits.
Now what you have to do if you're Oklahoma State, the old trick is when you can drive it to the basket, drive it, because the next whistle is going to be a foul on SMU.
Thompson's got 12. Kick out. Corner 3. It's good as Oquendo has not missed today.
What's his career high?
38.
Well, he's on his way.
He's got 22 on 8 for 8 from the field, and SMU has the lead for the first time today.
Take a look, Matt Cross. He can do a lot inside, but he's capable of knocking down a 3. In the corner, catch and shoot, and then Cario Oquendo has been absolutely on fire in this first half.
It is a 15-2 run here over the last 2 minutes and 15 seconds for SMU. They've hit 4 of their last 4 from the field. The foul was on Harris, by the way, for SMU. And now Thompson, who does not want to be outdone, hits a 3. He's got 15.
Well, we told you, in the mid-range, that kid is just about automatic. He's got the size and athletic ability to shoot over defenders.
Call the 2. He's got 14 points here. 35-34, now a steal. The other way, Keller. No. Fighting for it, Newman taps it back out to Keller. Under 4 to go in the first half. Thompson, 3 ball is short. Offensive rebound, D.
Nice pass.
Cutter is Thompson on the feet.
Higher. I've just never felt it's a basketball job. I lived in the state for 20 years, and they don't love basketball in Austin. They love the Longhorns. If the Longhorns are in the top 10, they will come out like crazy. But it's really hard for it to be a basketball job because it's a football school. Very similar to Oklahoma. And you better have a personality like Bruce Pearl if you want to turn a football job into a basketball job the way he has done it often.
Well, it's well said. I mean, it's not easy, and he has done it. Chuck Harris on the three-pointer for SMU, and we are tied at 37.
You got to drive this soon because you want to put the onus on these three officials to make a call on a drive.
Here's Newman, and he's trying to cross, shuts him off in the baseline. Cross blocks the shot, he got it back. Out of bounds. Whose ball is it? Oklahoma State with 3.4 to shoot.
Keep in mind now, the last time there was a low shot clock, they ran a play. This is really good defense by Cross. And good defense all the way around by SMU. Very, very aggressive. What do they have now? Shot clock.
Dean hoisted up. He got fouled. And bailed out by B.J. Edwards there as the shot clock is winding down.
Yeah,
need to do that.
B.J., who is an excellent defender, one of the best in the ACC. He's guarding a smaller player, and what he's got to do is just stay vertical. Watch now. Does he violate? He does. See, it hits him on the chest. It's hard not to throw your hands in there, but you just can't do it. I know one thing, Mike. It looks like we're set up for a great second half.
Oh, yes, we are. And how can these performances continue? Will they continue? Oquendo's got 22 points for SMU. Now, on the other side, Thompson, he's already got 16 points for Oklahoma State. But think about this. He had 19 points in the first half of their last game. He ended up with 4 in the second half for 23. So it's always asking a lot when you get out to that fast start in that
well,
first
don't
half.
forget, Keller made 4 threes, and they got other performances. What happens is in the locker room is the coaches and the other team says, we got to slow down Thompson, and then someone else has room to score.
What a game, though, here in the first half so far. It was Oklahoma State by as many as 14 points. SMU's led by only 1. Edwards misses the jumper. It's a 2-point lead right now for the Cowboys. Thompson goes in, foul.
That's what you have to do. The officials knew 2 or 3 minutes ago that the game was getting a little sideways with the 3 fouls on Usman that weren't called. And so what you'd want to do if you're Bryce Thompson is make the officials make a call. And not that they're going to call something that's not realistic, but you know on a drive there's usually going to be contact.
Yeah, you called it, and they did it. Colbert picks up his 3rd personal foul for SMU. And at the free throw line here is Thompson, and he now has 17 points. Coverage of the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship continues on CBS, TBS, TNT, and True TV. For more information on tournament game times and networks, go to ncaa.com. We can almost witness the UConn potential upset over Florida. They won by 2 earlier today.
That's right. UConn really hung in there, kind of led that game for about 35 minutes. The Gators, some people think, are the best team in the country, and they showed it in the last 5 minutes of that game.
Tell you what I've seen for the first 2 rounds. There's a lot of good teams in the country this year.
Oh, yeah. I don't think you could say there's one best team. You talk about Houston and Auburn lately, Florida certainly lately. Nice.
And Oquendo's going to head to the free throw line. How about the Big 12? I mean, it's a conference you've done a lot this season.
9-1.
And in the NCAA tournament here, what the Big 12 has done so far.
Ironically, the only team to lose so far is Kansas, and I don't know that Kansas would have lost that game if KJ Adams doesn't get hurt with the lead in the final 3 minutes. Kudos to John Calipari in Arkansas, because then they turned around and knocked off 2-seed St. John's yesterday.
I mean, what a difference, though, getting one of your best players back, right, for Arkansas.
Yeah,
and also,
yeah,
Coach Calipari, they knocked off Bill Self, they knocked off Rick Pitino, and next thing you know, they're in the Sweet 16, and a team that was like, hey, what's going on?
0-5 in the SEC.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. That's March for you.
Yep.
40-38 here, Oklahoma State with a 2-point lead. We're under 2 minutes to go in this first half. Cowboys are still shooting 59% from the field in this first frame, but they only lead by 2. Here's Dean for 3. No, Cross has it.
Chucky Harris is a mid-range and deep pull-up shooter. Not usually going to beat you off the dribble all the way, but he can shoot it, as this guy can.
Wow. This is incredible what we're seeing here from Oquendo. 26 points, 9 for 9 from the field. SMU's back up a point. And a foul from behind on Jennings.
Well, take a look at this. Watch Oquendo, man. He has absolutely had the first half of his career. I saw Iowa State's Curtis Jones drop 22 in 5 minutes in the Big 12 tournament, but 26 so far, really impressive.
It is a new season high for him, and we're still in the first half. It's his 4th 20-plus point game of the season and his 20th in his career.
Well, I think Steve Lutz is going to have he's going to have meet with his coaches and figure out how to slow this guy down, because really, you hate to say one guy is beating you, but to this point, he's had a large part in why SMU has come all the way back.
It was 26-12, and it wasn't looking good for SMU. And here at home, mind you, that didn't look good. But, if SMU wins this game, friend, they're hosting, right? They are hosting the quarterfinals.
Absolutely.
For a chance to go to Indianapolis here on either Tuesday or Wednesday. So that's what's at stake if they win this game.
No question. And having lived in this neighborhood in the past, when SMU wins a couple of these games, the crowd builds. It's a better crowd today than it was against Northern Iowa.
Yeah, not bad here today from Moody Coliseum. And the winner of this game will take on the winner of Arkansas State and North Texas, and that's happening not far up the road at North Texas tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern Time on ESPNU. So looking forward to seeing what happens in that game. Both of those two teams have had really good seasons as well.
They sure have. Brian Hodgson has done a great job in year 1 at Arkansas State. And Ross Hodge, who took over for Grant McCaslin at North Texas, another really solid season. They built a nice program up in Denton, which is about 30 minutes from where we are right now without traffic.
All right, so they got the clock figured out. 1:03 to go here in this first half.
Let's see if Cowboys go quick here, try to get a 2-for-1. My feeling is the shot's always got to go up around 40 or so.
All right, so they've got some time.
They
Here's
do.
Dean. Keller.
Still can do it.
Newman up top. 40 seconds to go, 7 to shoot. He works his way in. He got blocked and lost the ball. Here come the Mustangs. Edwards. He got blocked. Recovers it. His try doesn't go. It's out of bounds. Staying with SMU. And that's going to reset the shot clock to 20 with 30.8 to go in the first half.
Couple opportunities squandered, but good hustle by the Cowboys to get back. And remember, that clock resets to 20 and a half court, so Cowboys still will get a second shot, but SMU, I think, has really given you some great energy here later in this half.
Gigatolu knocked away, stolen. Cowboys have it. They got a chance for the final shot. Arturo D walks it over. Under 10 to go. Dean up top. It's a 3. It's Newman. It's no good. And Cross has it. That's good if it goes.
Steve Lutz on Oquendo, and then also Usman Dean back in with 2 fouls each. See if they go to the big fella early.
Winner of this game gets the winner of Arkansas State and North Texas as a 3-pointer goes in for Keller, and that's how the second half starts.
Nice set play right there. There's pick and roll. Everything looked like it was going to be Usman to the rim, and then a little baseline screen for Keller, who has been red hot in the last 2 games.
Yeah, he's got 9 points for the Cowboys in this one. 3 of 5 from the field, 3 of 4 from 3-point range. Pulling up here and hitting is Chuck Harris, and we're tied at 43.
That's Chucky's game right there. He's not going to beat you all the way to the basket. That's a tough pass. It's a very tough pass by Dean. Well, right off the start, a set play. You see the ball screen to the left, but really the action's going to be back here on the right side. Great set. Keller knocks it down. And a good way for Cowboys to start. A little pressure now. Oklahoma State.
They get it over. Here's Cross for three. It's good. Matt Cross drains a three, and SMU leads it 46-43.
Well, he's rugged and tough. You know him from the A-10 days at UMass. He also has got that ability to step outside, and the big fella getting started after the foul trouble in the first half.
This is what we have seen as Usman scores it. A one-point game here, back and forth. Ever since that sizable lead by the Cowboys. Cross now goes to work inside, doesn't go. Offensive rebound put back up and in by Yigitolu.
Well, Usman did not want to pick up a third foul, and Yigitolu just rebounded over the top of Robert Jennings with no contact. Good play by the big fella.
Ties the largest lead that SMU has had today at 3, and that's a tough foul there called on Harris.
What I tell you about the first 3 minutes of the second half?
Yeah.
They're going to call fouls now because the end of the first half got away. You see what the big fella did. He just jumped right over Jennings. Watch, there's no real contact here. Remember I said don't penalize big guys for being big?
Right.
That was a good example right there.
It's a great way to use his size and his advantage without fouling.
Good piece of officiating right there.
Here's Thompson.
Tough
pulls
shot.
Up.
No, tough shot. Harris was all over him that time.
Edwards runs the break into the cross. That's a quick shot there. Here's Arturo Dean up for Jennings. Fouled by Cross. 2 shots coming.
Now, I mentioned this, and let's just tell the audience. When officials feel like the game got a little bit away from them in the first half, they're talking at halftime. And my sense is, and I used to tell my team this, they're going to call a lot of fouls early to get the game back under control. And I think what you've seen so far is the quick whistle by design. And now all the players have to adjust to the officiating.
Well, we had 19 fouls called in the first half. 2 quick ones here on SMU to start the second half.
This young man is home. Grew up in DeSoto on the south side of Dallas. Played 2 years at Texas Tech. How about our guy, Matt Cross?
Yeah.
This is the 8th school in 9 years. But I think there's a U-Haul NIL deal coming here, too.
But you're saying, yeah, you can go back to the high school days, because I was talking to you beforehand. I go 4th school in college, but you're like, hey, try 8.
8 and 9, yeah. Hey.
Exactly.
Whatever it takes.
You go all the way back. He played in Miami, Louisville, UMass, and now here at SMU. And he's got it in the corner, puts up another 3. And he hits it. On cue, Matt Cross, and SMU leads by 5.
He can do that. Very capable. 6 double-doubles on the season. Hurt you inside or out. Excellent rebounder as well.
That's 7 points in the last game as Dean goes in and he's fouled and count the basket.
Well, I love the strategy here of attacking the basket. And this is a hellacious athletic play by Arturo Dean. He's going to jump off 2 feet, Mike, and watch him extend the ball out against contact. How good is that? Wow.
Excellent finish, and that's the 3rd and 1 that Oklahoma State has had in this game today. You called it, Fran, on that nice drive by Dean. And he caps off a 3-point play, and we are at a 2-point game.
Remember, Dean has not shown the incredible defensive ability. He's one of the top steal. What do you call a steal guy?
Yeah,
Steelers?
Stealer. It's 79 coming in.
Yeah.
Which was the active leader in the nation, averaging 2.78 steals per game. He was number 1 per 40 minutes. He led the Big 12 in steals. Solid season for him for sure.
You mentioned Chucky Harris earlier, a D.C., Northern Virginia kid. He played for Steve Turner at Gonzaga Prep in D.C., and Steve had a great team this year. That might be the best high school league in the country, the WCAC. I'm not talking prep schools now. I'm talking about pure high school. DeMatha, St. John's, Paul VI, Gonzaga, etc.
Well, it says a lot not only about the school but as the coach, right? To be able to bring up that kind of talent. This is not the same as, anybody just going wherever they want.
Exactly. Yep.
All right, so it's 52-49 here. Nice feed inside. Jennings wide open on the pass from Arturo Dean.
Well, Traore just came into the game, and he was in no man's land. I'm not sure he knew who to guard. He might get a quick hook right now as the big Turkish kid's heading to the scorer's table.
Edwards got it inside for Traore. Back out. Now in the wing. Here's Harris. Tough fadeaway baseline short. Cowboys the rebound. Dean's got it. Guzman back to Dean. Thompson. And Oklahoma State has the lead back.
Well, what they've done the first 4 minutes of the second half is they are attacking the glass off the dribble. Done a really good job of not settling for contested threes.
Thompson's got 19 points. He is 9 of 13 from the field. And SMU trying to counter here with Oquendo, who was still yet to miss in this game. At the top, it's a three. It's Edwards.
Good basketball by Oquendo. He felt that double team coming just a little bit. And his man went to help, and Oquendo found the open man.
Might have to score close to 100 to win this game here today. Under 16 minutes to play.
The execution offensively has been excellent. That's not his game, but he makes it. Yep. Robert, he doesn't shoot a lot of those. He's 5 for 22 coming in. That's his 6th three of the season. He's almost at 25%.
There you go. He's got 8 points.
It was a good rhythm shot.
The floater by Edwards doesn't go. Fights to get it back. And it's tapped back out by Jennings, and then flipped ahead as Dean gathers it. Is that a double
season in WCC?
Yes, you got 4 West Coast teams hosting. Then Bradley versus Chattanooga. They've already punched their ticket to the quarterfinals. And in our games today, we'll find out who's going to join them here. It is a 1-point contest right now as Cross works his way and got blocked by Guzman. Still loose. And it's Oklahoma State possession.
I'll tell you, for a Sunday afternoon, great crowd here.
Yeah.
They've been into it. Both teams have been into it. Steve Lutz, I think, has already overachieved this season. 4 more wins than a year ago.
Well, this is what you want to see, too, because there are some really, really good teams in the tournament. You're watching a couple here right now, and they want their seasons to continue. There's no doubt about that.
Going to get up on Oquendo. Yeah,
he's fouled.
Yep.
But then you think about the history for these teams, the 5th NIT appearance for SMU. They went to the finals in 2014. They've been in 4 of the last 5 NITs. They lost in the first round last year. Got to the second round back in 2022. And so they're trying to advance, and they would have a home game if they win here today. And then Oklahoma State, 14th appearance.
And there's a chance they may still host a game, and a lot of things have to happen.
Sure.
But if they win today, they certainly have an opportunity to do that.
Yeah, it's not necessarily as easy as saying the highest seed host, because there's certain things that could happen in people's home arena. Here's a wide open dunk by Edwards.
Started by Cross, who came up with that steal in transition.
And a foul on Oquendo, his second.
See that gentleman with the beard right there? That's, well, we'll watch the steal right here. Great effort right there by Matt Cross.
Another foul. So now the third on Oquendo, and he's got to be careful here because he has been the main man today. 28 points, and there's still 14:25 to go. And he stays in there. Now I think Enfield has said, no, let's get him out for a moment. Gordner is up off the bench.
Nice.
He's got to watch it. Thompson pulls up, no. And Oquendo's got the rebound. Still a perfect 9 for 9 for the field. He got it stripped. Thompson, and then he lost it out of bounds.
Thompson was trying to pick up that ball because he had Keller ahead of the field, and he just pointed at Keller as to say, I saw you. And it's almost, this is a great steal right here. I thought Oquendo was going to use his body to go right at Thompson. Thompson sidestepped him, and he knew he had Keller leaking out. He just couldn't come up with it.
That's really unfortunate for him because he's 28 points, 9 for 9 from the field. He's going to have to sit, wondering when he may come back into this game.
Yeah, exactly.
14 minutes to go. I guess that's one way to slow him down here today. Really the only way. That's possibly a travel. No call. Instead, the hook shot doesn't go. Cross fights for it. He goes out of bounds, and he was fouled.
Matt, that's a typical Matt Cross play. He plays with tremendous energy. I've been watching him since high school on the AAU circuit up in New England. And although he's well traveled, he often brings the lunch pail with him. And he packs his own lunch.
He does.
And he doesn't really have to pack his own lunch anymore because he can afford to eat at some really good places here in Dallas, especially.
It's a good point. Jennings with the second personal foul for Oklahoma State. As Harris battles his way in, he is fouled. He'll go to the line for 2. To your point, Fran, Coach Enfield had said it in his 30 years of coaching, you know, I kind of one hand that Cross is one of the toughest players that he's ever had.
He plays hard. He always has. He's just, you know, Boston kids.
Yep.
You know, he's from Beverly, which is a tough suburb. And wherever he's been, he's worn the hard hat. He played 2 years, as you know, for a guy that's pretty tough himself, and Frank Martin.
Yes. And you want to have a guy like that on your team. You want a guy that's going to die for loose balls, bangs inside, makes plays.
He was highly coveted on the transfer portal circuit last spring.
And Brantley picks up his third personal foul for Oklahoma State.
You know, when I look at guys like Cross, and this is just a modern reality, he's going to make probably more money this year than he'll ever make in his pro career. There's a good chance. Now, he's going to go to Europe and really turn it out, you know, play in the Euro League, and that's a little bit different. But good thing. Hey,
yep.
Great country.
Oklahoma State, 5 straight empty trips here, Fran, including 4 turnovers as they trail by 4 now. Here is Newman for 3. Got it. Big time three-pointer.
He wanted that ball, too. He set a little back screen. The defender had to soften up a little bit. Brandon Newman, again, another one of those guys who's had a lot of winning experience.
He's now one of 3 players for Oklahoma State with 9 points. 3 of 4 from the field. Keller's got 9. Usman's got 9. It's a 1-point game again.
A.J. George getting a little action.
Yeah,
right
first
here.
time tonight, and it's going to be a takeaway. And now we've got a jump ball to call here, and it was Newman to get on the deck with it. It's going to stay this direction.
Watch Brandon Newman. He's going to set a back screen. See him calling for the back screen. It never comes, but it still causes confusion, and he's able to step out and pop it. Coming off that double-double at home against Wichita State the other night.
10 points, 12 rebounds.
It was a good job by Usman to play this early part of the second half without foul trouble. Could be important in the later stages.
No doubt. He's got 2, talking about 33 in black for Oklahoma State. There's a foul. That's Brantley. It's going to be his 5th, and he knows it now. He's upset. Dean's going to come back in. That's his 4th personal foul, so Brantley is out. They're going to go out here as Dean's going to come in.
It's interesting. Big Summit, when he went up, I really thought he was taking a passing it.
Oh, yeah.
But it was so awkward that it looked like he was in the act of shooting, and he's going to get 2 free throws. And he's going to earn it because he got whacked.
Samet Igatolu, the freshman at 7'2" from Turkey.
Played in the pro league there for Beşiktaş, which is a Turkish team in Istanbul. I've actually been in their gymnasium.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Well,
how about that? So you're not only well-traveled here in the United States, we're talking about all over the world.
Yeah, I've been about 35 countries.
That's excellent.
Watching basketball mainly.
Cross. Here's Harris for 3.
Oh, good effort. I thought George was going to come away with that. They got numbers.
Dean pulling down that rebound, goes to the corner here. It's Dow for 3.
How about Dow?
Look at that.
He's a Dow Joneser. He came off a huge game in the Big 12 tournament where he knocked down 4 or 5, playing more lately, gaining some confidence.
And that's his first basket of the day on that 3-pointer that he hits to make it 62-61. Cross. Powers his way inside, it doesn't go. And a rebound by Newman.
And I thought he got fouled.
Ross is hurt. He's down the other end. It's a 5-on-4. Dean.
On the open man.
Down. Now he's up, and the ball goes inside. It's rejected. As Yigatolu got
They should stop play. That's good.
And they finally do.
Yeah, they're not going to stop play when we'll see him back pretty soon.
Back to action with SMU down by a point with possession. Under 12 minutes to go in this second round NIT matchup. Winner to the quarterfinals. If SMU wins it, they should be hosting either Tuesday or Wednesday right back here in Dallas. Edwards to the corner. It's Oquendo for three. That's his first miss of the day. And the offensive rebound by Yigatolu. And that doesn't go. Fight for it as it's been all day, and a foul on Yigatolu as it was Newman that got the rebound.
Well, Yigatolu did a really good job. He's getting deep position and couldn't get it done, and then he reaches in and commits a foul, but a really good effort by the big freshman. So I mentioned earlier, he actually was a professional player in Turkey. Now, the rules have changed dramatically since the days of amateur versus pro, but he played in a good league. And is going to be a good player here. He's had a good year.
Averaged 10 points a game. 6.1 rebounds. Heads to the bench here. Fran Oquendo is back in for SMU. He sat for 3 minutes with the 3 fouls.
Yeah, now he's ready to go down the stretch, barring a fourth foul here.
Thompson's pass deflected. It is recovered, though. And now back out to Dean. Newman. Fakes on the 3, takes some contact twice, goes down. SMU has it.
It's a good no call right there. Newman caused the contact, good position.
And that's going to be a foul. Oh, an offensive on Jarrell Colbert.
Well, he got deep position on down. Was there a little extracurricular activity as he picks up number 4, the LSU transfer? Let's watch Colbert now inside, working against the smaller Dow.
Yeah, left
arm there. My bad. It was Thompson, not Dow. Yeah, he did extend that left arm.
Feed inside Usman, and do they call the foul on Colbert? If they do, he's fouled out. That is. So Colbert couldn't get him out quick enough, and he's played in just 9 minutes today. He did not play in the last game. And in 9 minutes is fouled out of this contest with no points, just a rebound and an assist for Jarrell Colbert.
Usman gets open right here. Take a look. He whacks him on that right arm.
That's tough.
Well, the good news for Steve Lutz is that Usman is in the last 10 minutes of the game and he's only got 2 fouls.
Keller is back in. Thompson takes a seat. Thompson with 19 points today. 9 of 14 from the field.
You said it. He had 17 in the first half.
He has 2. And then how about Oquendo? Had 26 in the first half. He's got 2 in the second half. That's it. It's like when you go and you watch these professional golfers, right, Fran, where they shoot like a 63 or something, 64. And then the next day they come out and they shoot a 70, and you're like, well, what happened here? Like, what happened? The 64 was the outlier.
Exactly.
You can't do that every day. And 70's still done good, too.
Exactly. And with 10 minutes left, both of these guys still got some buckets in them. And obviously, Thompson's getting a quick rest. So
third foul on Dean.
Yeah, Steve Lutz will have him down the stretch.
And get ready for some free throws. 18 fouls on SMU, 6 on Oklahoma State.
Newman guarding Oquendo.
Here's Edwards. Floating runner, yes. And a good job there by Yigatolu to kind of lay off for what would have been offensive interference.
I think he was kind of thinking about grabbing that ball. Good soft touch by Edwards.
Halfway through this second half, we are tied at 63. It's been a fun one here today from Dallas. Moody Coliseum. Three-pointer, corner, Dow. He did it before, can't do it this time. Crowd letting him hear it. Here comes Edwards. Inside, Yigatolu. Yes.
He is a great target. He did a good job of sealing his man up the lane so that there was room to throw it. He doesn't do this often, Usman, but capable. He's made 17 of those on the season.
Misses on the three. Harris has it here for SMU. Their largest lead today has been 5 at 51-46.
Got a foul coming inside here shortly, I can tell you.
Harris. Keon Ambrose Hilton. Iguodala with the tip.
Big fella hanging around the rim. Usman had to come and help on the drive, and that left a 7-footer. And 7-2 in point of fact, all by himself.
He's got 7. And the crowd rising to their feet here in Dallas.
A little too much contact between the big guys right now.
Newman for 3. Rebound Edwards. Harris for 3. And it's tracked down by Dean. Dean inside. Usman. Catch, turn, and connect.
Well, that was a tough catch by the big guy. He caught that ball, Mike, over his shoulder. He barely got his eyes on the backboard, and he did. And it's good soft touch.
It is a 2-point lead here for SMU. Edwards stops, turn around, and an out. And there was a foul on the field. They can pull it off. The #1 overall seed of the NIT, narrowly missing out of the NCAA tournament, fell to Clemson in the ACC tournament.
You realize this guy right here, this started an incredible chain reaction last year, coaching changes. Rob Lanier gets fired. Andy Enfield comes to SMU. Eric Musselman goes to USC.
Yeah.
John Calipari goes to Arkansas, and Mark Pope ends up at Kentucky.
Wow.
And it all started right here.
That's right.
On the, as we say in Dallas, on the hilltop.
That's how the carousel works sometimes, for sure. 68-65, SMU by 3.
And we should see Bryce Thompson soon. He'll be in at the next whistle.
Keller kicks it out for Dean. The shot clock's at 2. He's got to put it up, backs it off, shoots it up. No. And Iguodala almost had the rebound. Instead, it's down. It comes up with it for Oklahoma State. Usman. And it's fouled.
Good drive by Brandon Newman. He was looking to find room to get to the rim when the help came over. Usman planted himself right in the middle of the lane above that restricted arc. And he's going to shoot a couple free throws.
Foul was on Harris, his 3rd. The 5th straight year, every NCAA Women's Championship game is on the networks of ESPN. For more information, go to NCAA.com, your official online home for all 90 NCAA championships. The other note we had for a moment ago for you is the fact that Oklahoma State has won 10 in a row in this series, albeit they haven't played since 2011. So you always have to make sure that note gets in there.
Yeah, they haven't played very much.
Consistent players.
I know Eddie Sutton brought a team in here around 2004. That was a great team.
Yep.
And of course, they were in different conferences for a very long time. In the Big 8 and the Old Southwest Conference.
Thompson is back in here for Oklahoma State. He's been their leading scorer today. 19 points, 9 of 14, number 1. And it's intercepted here. Usman up to Dean for Newman.
Got to get a good shot here if you're the Cowboys.
We've had 9 lead changes in the second half, 11 total. Usman, here's Thompson.
Nice.
Look at that. Yeah. Double clutch got inside of Iguodala.
Good footwork right there. Kept his balance and stepped through the big fella. He wasn't going to shoot over him, so he had to sidestep him and go under.
17 points in the first half. He's got 4 in the second half. The floating runner from Oquendo doesn't go, and a foul on the rebound. We're going the other way.
Now watch Bryce Thompson. He gets into the lane as Dean is down. Watch his footwork right here. Jump stop, holds the pivot, and sneaks in underneath. Good job. That's why you come to a 2-foot stop if you can, so that you can have that balance in order to gather yourself.
Iguodala was called for the foul. Wasn't thrilled about it, but it's going to be free throws the other end here for Oklahoma State. That is the 10th team foul committed by SMU, so it's an automatic 2 here for Dean the rest of the way for these Cowboys whenever they get fouled.
Yeah, Arturo, not a great foul shooter, 68%.
Going back to take a look at this last play. It's interesting there because it looked like it might have been Thompson.
Thompson fouled Ugitolu, and then Ugitolu fouled Dean.
Right.
So kind of what we had before when we had a couple fouls not called, and then we had a dead ball contact technique.
Arturo Dean, and he's got 7 points now, 5 of 6 at the free throw line.
These 3 officials are like us. We're all getting rewarded for working the NIT. Right? We're getting to get extra fun games we're doing.
Right. Foul here on Dean, and that's going to be his 4th.
And that's not a foul he needs to commit right there. He's so active with his hands because he's such a good thief. And he's pleading his case right now to his coach.
Special season for him with 79 steals coming in. And also 108 assists as well, which leads the team. And substitutions, it's going to be Brantley back in for Dean for Oklahoma State. Brantley's got 4 fouls.
Yes, so they're going to sacrifice Brantley, and I say that kindly.
Right.
They don't want Dean to foul out early. Brantley's got to be judicious with his ball pressure. But Brantley also gave them a really good lift in the first half.
Yes. Yeah, Brantley's done other things. He hasn't been able to score, but he's got 6 assists and 3 rebounds.
Exactly.
He's playing with the 4 fouls. Gets away from pressure. 2-point lead. Cowboys. Thompson blocked inside Keon Ambrose-Hilton, and it stays with Oklahoma State.
And that was a good play by Usman because he sealed off his man, and it looked like Bryce could get to the rim. Take a look. And I'll tell you what, Ambrose-Hilton did a great job of disengaging from the screen and get back to the ball. Well done. There's a lot of holding right here.
Thompson. Fadeaway, foul line. No, it's short. Usman. Thought he might have been held instead to get the offensive rebound, though, with Brantley. It's back over down to Newman for 3. That's good. Brandon Newman with that ridiculous first half that he had, and here's what's happening in the second half.
Yeah, no question. He has definitely cooled off. They've done a good job of shadowing him. It's been Newman. It's been, watch out, he's got the ball now.
And he takes it in, and he scores it.
Right on cue. Andy Ganfield was thinking what we were doing.
We were on point a few times with that today.
Yeah, get Oquendo the ball. We kind of set that up for them.
No doubt. They want to get him back involved, especially with the game that he has been having. 74-71. It's a 3-point game here. Cowboys, Brantley playing with the 4 fouls, works it in on Edwards, lost the handle, and he stole it back, and he got fouled.
Oh boy, yep, probably reached in.
So Newman gets the foul for his first.
And Steve Lutz right now, he's got Dean on the bench with 4. Brantley not happy with his decision to try to steal it.
But this is big here because it's still a 1-and-1, and Ugitolu is just a 58% free throw shooter this season.
SMU's going to get a fresh 20 here.
Here's Harris. Inside, slamming it home, Ugitolu.
That's what we call a little Spain pick and roll action. It's a ball screen, and then you back screen the big fella. Executed perfectly. The big fella got off his feet very quickly.
Brantley. Out to Newman. Here's Thompson. 74-73, Oklahoma State. Double team.
This is great now. Watch. There's a ball screen, and then watch the back screen. And by the time Usman recovers, Igutolu gets behind him. The problem is the screener pops out for the three-point shot, and his man gets nervous.
Thompson hoisted over to Brantley, saves it from going out. He puts up a three as the shot clock expires, and Igutolu the rebound.
Well, this is kind of what we expected, Mike. High energy, back and forth.
We've had it all day here. On the drive, Harris out to Cross for the lead.
I think Oklahoma State could use a timeout, but Steve Lutz will not use it.
They got 3 of them remaining here. We're under 4 minutes to go.
He knows his team. Yeah, they're in a little disarray at the moment.
13th lead change here today. Thompson.
Wow.
He's got that turnaround down. He's great in that mid-range. That was a big shot.
23 points, 6 in the second half. That was a big one. 76-75. Harris for 3.
Same set. It's called a Spain pick and roll. Ball screen, then back screen, and that time it was a three-point shot that was open.
Usman. No. And Cross has it.
Would have tied the game at 78.
We've got 3 minutes to go.
They might come back and run the same thing. It'll be a ball screen, watch, and then here comes Oquendo with the back screen. Same set.
Oquendo hoisted up. Right, yes.
And we're in for a screw-up or two coming down the stretch here.
Well, Oquendo, and I wanted to mention this, his career high is 33. This is back when he was at Georgia at Texas A&M back on February 22nd, 2022. It's been over 3 years. He already has his second career 30-point game. Now he has 31 today, so he's 2 away from tying his career high.
All right, let's see what Oklahoma State has coming out of a timeout. They're usually very efficient in this area.
2:40 to play. Brantley blocked by Cross, got it back.
Good defense.
Out to the wing, Keller, back to Brantley, thinking for 3 for the tie, yes!
Got it. Nothing Igutolu could do, because if he pressures him, Brantley will go by him, although Khalil's not a great finisher because of that size. But he made the big fella pay for the switch.
Couldn't have picked a better time to hit his first field goal of the day. He was 0 of 7 before that. We're tied. Here's Edwards. Kicks it back out. For a new career high. Oquendo, no. And a rebound into the hands of Newman.
Good battle by Usman. Usman and Igutolu are really battling in there. Cowboy team has run good stuff. Let's see if Brantley gets downhill again.
Brantley up top. Newman for 3. No good. Rebound.
They ran the same set that SMU ran. We call that Spain pick and roll, back screen. Off the ball screen, and Newman just couldn't knock it down.
Cross working on Keller. Bounces it inside for the dunk from Igutolu.
Usman had to come over and help Keller. And
4 in the second half of Wichita State, and today he's got 6 in the second half. They go inside. Usman battling with Igutolu. Cross comes out with a double. That's no good, and a foul is called.
The foul happened early, and I don't know if this is going to be in the act or not. But there was a lot of contact early that I think they could have called it early. But let's take a look. Watch this right here. You'll see that's a foul.
Yep.
See?
Yep. Doesn't matter.
And I think it's in the act.
Anyway.
Yeah, I know it. Yep, but it's in the act anyway.
Igutolu with his 3rd. All right, so Usman can tie it here at the free throw line with 1:11 to go.
%73% reasonable for a guy his size.
We are tied at 81.
One thing that has impressed us the last 24 hours is I really like SMU. They run really good stuff. They've taken advantage of their offensive sets. Let's see what they got in their bag of tricks right now.
Both teams have been fun to watch today. 15 lead changes. It's our 7th tie. Here we go. A minute left. 81 all.
Side ball screen.
Harris to Cross. Guarded by Newman. Gets bumped. He throws it up. No. Newman's got the rebound. .45 seconds left. 23 on the shot clock. Oklahoma State has 2 timeouts remaining. Brantley. Over to Keller. Usman for the lead. Got it.
Pretty jump hook right there. They know what they wanted to do. They had a lot of confidence in Abu Usman, and he's oozing confidence right now. Timeout SMU. Him necessarily.
Right.
Because he has a tendency to lose the ball, but certainly offensive rebound-wise, you got to be concerned.
All right, so here we go. 25 seconds
It's going to be a pick and roll and a back screen. This is it.
There's the pick.
Yep.
Harris for 3. No. Offensive rebound by Edwards. Edwards' floater is no good. You can total the offensive rebound. Missed it. And there's a foul call. And you said it, Fred. He got the offensive rebound. Let's see where the foul was and who's shooting here.
And it's a play they've been running down the stretch of this game. That's been pretty effective.
So Ugatolu is going to go to the free throw line. It was Usman who picked up his 4th personal foul. And now the big guy has to hit both of these to tie this game.
And if he does, that means Oklahoma State will get the final possession of regulation.
And they're reviewing the last sequence, too, to make sure they have all this correct.
Well, what they're doing, Mike, which is smart, and you know this and I know this, they're making sure the clock is exact.
Right.
Because when you're in a game like this, either tenths of a second matter. Both teams, tenths of a second matter, so they have to make sure the clock is exact.
100%.
And they've just adjusted.
Yeah, they just put 1.2 seconds back on the clock, and as you know as well, is when the contact occurs. So that's why they did that. So great point, Fran. 14.8 remaining now, and at the free throw line, Ugatolu with 2 free throws.
Nope. All right, now you have to block out if you're Cowboys, if you're the Mustangs. What you want to do right here, you know, we always had a play. We X'd inside with our big guys, but they don't have big guys on the line right here. Although you keep an eye on Cross because he's so active. Watch out for Matt Cross.
Ugatolu misses both of them, and the rebound and a foul. It's Thompson that picks up the rebound. He got hit by Cross, and that's going to be Matt Cross's 2nd. 2 free throws coming for Thompson, and Ugatolu 2 of 9 at the free throw line today.
Not his strength. He came in shooting under 60, and he's proven it, unfortunately, because he's done so many good things. That battle between Cross and Thompson was a good one, and Cross with just a little bit extra contact.
SMU was out of timeouts. Oklahoma State still has 2. There are 2 free throws here for Bryce Thompson. Can only make it a 1-possession game. 2nd round of the women's tournament continues today and Monday. Sweet 16, Elite 8 begins March 31st. The Final 4, April 4th. That's 7 and 9. That's on Friday. And the championship game on Sunday, April 6th at 3 o'clock Eastern on ABC.
If he makes the 2nd, Mike, it's a little too early for me to foul. So SMU doesn't get the 3. But what I would do, instead of fouling up 3, I'd switch everything and make them drive it into the lane, and that's going to be a violation. All right, doesn't matter. So
free throw counts. Timeout, Oklahoma State.
They don't want to give up the 3-point line. Make somebody make a 2.
Edwards comes over half court. 8 seconds to go. Hands it off. Harris. There's the foul, as you said.
Yep.
And prior to Harris's motion at all, he was looking to pass anyhow, so Thompson gets called for the foul.
It's still a little early, but I get what they were doing, because now what happens is, and we'll have to just see how Chucky Harris handles that. Let's see how he shoots the free throws, and then I'll give you the scenario. But he is a great foul shooter.
I feel like what you're saying is plenty of time here to hit this one if you can. Cut it to a one-possession game, foul immediately.
Exactly, yeah.
Right?
Because if they miss one of two, then you're only
you
down
still have
two.
some time to get up the court.
You got 6 or 5 to get up and down the court. That's why when we foul, it's usually 7 or 6 or under. All right.
1-point game.
Yep. So now, here comes Brantley. Dean's in, Brantley's in. They're going to go. Someone's got to come out. Big fella's coming out. And if you're SMU now, you really don't have time to do much more than just foul somebody.
Brantley gets it in. It's into Newman. Up the court quickly
for Jennings. They finally foul with 3.6 seconds to go.
They wasted a lot of time, and they fouled a guy who's an 80% foul shooter.
How about in that situation, fouling somebody before they even get the ball in bounds?
Got to be careful when you do that, because if you're over aggressive, it could be
flagrant.
Exactly.
Right. Okay.
Yep. But not a bad idea if you.
And you know you're going to have 7.1.
You grab one, you grab a guy trying to keep him from getting the ball. This first one is big. Okay.
So the most he can do is put him up 2, and with 3.6 seconds to go now.
Trust me, you can get length of the court. You can get 70. You can get at least 70 feet in under 4 dribbles. I'm just telling you that. You want him to make it.
Yes, if you're SMU.
Yeah. You want to be up 2. But on a miss, you're going to have at least 3 dribbles. Okay, now here's the scenario. You have to catch the ball if you're SMU on the move towards your basket. You don't want to go back to get it. And you don't want to foul. And I'm telling you, if P.J. Edwards catches this ball cleanly, he's going to get a shot.
Corner to put it in. All the way length of the floor, looking for cross. It's deflected. It's picked up by Newman. And Oklahoma State is going to win it.